Hi everyone. Welcome to the AV interview session with our alumni. So I'm Mr. Joel Yo. I'm the CCA teacher for AV Club, and together with me I have my current exco, Shreyas, our chairman, Kim, our vice chair, and Junwei, also our vice chair, who will be helping to conduct the interview with our alumni, Elliot. Elliot, I will let you introduce yourself very briefly now before we continue on with the interview. So maybe Elliot, you want to say a few words just to introduce yourself first?
Hello everyone, my name is Elliot from 4J 2018 and I was the Vice Chairman of AV Club in 2017. After I graduated from BS, I went on to pursue my studies in VJ and I'm currently serving NS as a signal operator in Stanford, Canada.
Okay, thank you, Elliot. So I'll hand over the time now to Kim to commence the interview.
Hi, my name is Kim and I'm the Vice Chairman of AV Club. The first question for today is, how has this CCA developed you to take on leadership roles?
I think that my time in AV Club has prepared me really well to take on leadership roles. Being a Vice Chairman in AV Club was my first significant leadership opportunity at the time. So it was in that role I developed the most fundamental and basic leadership skills. So for example, I was in charge of planning and executing events. I also had to speak confidently to a large crowd, and I also had to delegate tasks to the people under me. So all these foundational skills, plus more, have enabled me to lead much more effectively in later leadership roles in JC or right here, right now in NS. Most importantly to me, however, has simply been the leadership opportunities and experience that I've gained. Over my 1 year term, I have been given numerous opportunities to plan and facilitate school-based events. And in doing so, I also have simultaneously practiced and honed my leadership skills. This has enabled me to become a lot more comfortable with taking the lead. So I believe that being a leader in AV Club has given me greater confidence to take on even more leadership skills and leadership roles in the future, whether it be in school, in NS, or even in later life.
Hi, my name is Junwei and I am the Vice Chairman of AV Club. The second question for you is, what life skills did you learn while you were a member of this CCA?
So life skills that I've learned when I was a member of the CCA, I think that there are many skills that I learned during my time in the CCA that proved useful in later life. But the most important life skill, the one that stuck most closely to me in particular, is the idea of preparedness, to be ever ready for any sort of unprecedented issues that might occur. So before and during events, we will of course often face unexpected problems. So for example, our mics might break down, the light system, the sound system might break down, or people could fall sick on the day that they're supposed to arrive for duty. So in my time in AV Club, when preparing for any sort of events or tasks, I learned to preempt all these problems. And then I would come up with contingency plans of sort to prevent or rectify these problems. And I think that this idea of preparedness that I'm applying here is an important skill that can be applied to all sort of tasks in life.
Hi, I'm Shreyas and I'm the chairman of AV Club. The third question for the day. Describe how you feel about the CCA spirit.
So to describe how I feel about the CCA spirit, I feel very proud to have been a part of AV Club due to its close-knit culture, which has been forged in part due to the small size of the club, but I think mostly due to the efforts of the EXCO members, and especially our teachers in charge at the time, who were Mr. Clarence Lim and Ms. Donisa, for organizing a lot of club bonding events to enable members to get to know and befriend one another. So, for example, when stepped down as EXCO and handed over the reins to the next batch of EXCO, we held a pizza party in the canteen and invited the whole club to come along and celebrate. And at the time, the Sec Ones had just joined the club. So this get together gave the Sec Ones opportunities to get to know the rest of the members of the club. And in general, the whole club had the opportunity to mingle and get to know each other. But not only that, but future batches of Exco also planned several club bonding outings to movie theaters, and I think recently to a bowling alley. And this has ensured that AV Club has always been very close and intimate, which of course is a culture that I'm grateful to have been a part of.
The last question for the day. Do you have any words of encouragement or words of advice that you have for today's Victorians?
Several words of encouragement, advice from the Victorians today. Well, I know that these past 1.5 years has been very disruptive and very difficult for you guys because of all the restrictions and all the lockdowns. And I also know that your studies and your social lives have been very heavily affected. Whilst your Victorian experience might not have been how you had liked it to go, but remember that all around you, there are pillars of support. For example, your family, teachers, your friends. Take this time to connect with them and offer your support as well. And together we can all emerge from this pandemic a little stronger.
Thank you, Elliot, and really for your time in preparing these answers and speaking to us for this interview. Okay, this video is part of our 145 effort, to have to really hear from the alumni of our CCAs, and I think that you have answered us very, very, very nicely, and you have given us a very a very nice reminder of what it means to be in AV Club and some of the things that we hold. I really like your reminder to us of the earlier motto, the ever ready. I think this is something that even today we don't say is our motto because we actually haven't really. It's just not. We have worked on other things. They have turned Roger into an acronym today. To be the AV Club values, and this was done by the previous Exco batch, and really also how you share your memories of like going out together and bonding as a club. I think that's very important. Okay, not just only for AV, but really every CCA. The students, I think they treasure all these kind of experiences, and this is something that we also really hope to have. Our bonding these days have become like playing games on Zoom. Okay, and yes, so it is a bit different. Okay, and we do hope to go back to those days where we can have pizza parties or barbecues or or just things that generally and hang out with one another. To really, like you said, build on the relationship. Okay, so we thank you for your taking off your precious time. Okay, to come and speak with us. And we hope to see you in person one day in VS and invite you back to the AV Club to also just take a tour of our new what we have today as set up as part of the AV Club, and then maybe you can take a look and even share some like experience or some favorite memory and all that. So thank you again. Okay, and I'm going to stop the recording session here.